Hi sexy bitch, it's Amber the Baddie, and welcome to the Bad Bitch Academy, which is the ultimate hub for bad bitches. So if you are a bad bitch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so in this video, I am answering probably the number one question that I get, which is, how much money do strippers really make? Okay, because a lot of people, you might see some TikToks with girls counting hundreds and hundreds of dollar bills, but is that true? Is that the reality? Is that what strippers really make, and what is that number even? So I'm gonna let you enjoy my underboob while I answer your question. Once again, please hit that subscribe button. Okay, so I'm going to speak mostly from my own personal experience, right? I've been a stripper for about 6 years now, and I usually make between 500 to 1,000 every night. That is pretty much, if I had to have an average, that's my average. 500 is usually my minimum. I try not to go home unless I made $500. There's absolutely days that I make more than 1,000. I've been working more in Vegas this last year, and I make the most money there. That's kind of where I've been thriving. So I've been staying in Vegas and working there, and I'll usually make 1,200, 15, 17. I've made 2,000. It's all over the place. But that's kind of how much money that I have made as a stripper. Now, a lot of girls who are thinking about becoming strippers are like, okay, but where does the money come from? Does it come from stage? How do you actually make your money? So it's in pretty much 3 categories, right? 1, you make your money from stage. So when you go on stage, people throw 1, sometimes 5, sometimes 20 if you're doing your thing. Then you have your lap dances. So these, the club will take a portion, sometimes 50%, sometimes 20 to 30, and anywhere in between. And then also you get money from your tips. Now, if I kind of had to break it up, I make about 40% of my money from tips. The other 50% of my money I usually make from my lap dances, and then that extra 10% is what I make on stage. Stage does not usually make me that much money. Sometimes it does, but not usually that much. So that's kind of the breakdown of where your money comes from, how you make your money. And I said 40% comes from tips. That's a lot, right? And that's why in my course, The Empowered Stripper, I really talk about how to ask for tips, how to get people to tip you, because that can be the difference between a $500 night and a $1,000 night. It makes a huge difference knowing how to ask them, knowing how to negotiate, and that is just a huge portion of where my money comes from. And I'm so grateful that I've kind of figured out my own way that works really, really well for me. And that's why I teach you all of my tricks and tips and everything I have when it comes to being a stripper. But at the end of the day, I said this in my other video about, am I hot enough to be a stripper? But it's you thriving and making a lot of money is not based on your tits, your ass, your hair, what you look like, but it's all about your energy. It's all about how you talk to customers, and it's about your sales game. So knowing how to sell is the number one thing that's going to get you somewhere. It's the number one thing that's going to make you money. And that is why I have an entire module that has more than 15 videos about all my tips and tricks and little secrets when it comes to selling VIPs, asking for tips, and making more money. So I hope that answered your question about how much strippers make. Now, I do want to say there are also bad nights. Right? It happens to me where the club is empty, I'm having an off night. Sometimes I leave with $200. Sometimes I go home with $0. Okay? It does happen. It's not all glitz and glamour and money raining all over the floor. There are bad nights as well. But once again, having a slow night really is all about your hustle, how you talk to people, and how you sell rooms. There's been nights where I would say 90% of the girls in my club went home with $50, and I'm going home with $1,000 because I know how to talk to customers. So that's something that I really teach in my course. So if you're interested, I definitely encourage you to click on the link below. It's in the description. You can book a discovery call with me. I'm so happy to answer any questions you might have about becoming a stripper. And it really depends, you know, some girls have an even better talk game than me. Some girls making 5K, 10K per night. It's really like unlimited potential because you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know who is there and who's ready to spend 10 grand. So it all depends on you and what you can sell. But there's such a, I don't know, such is a big difference of how much you can make, how much potential you have. But I will say on average, most strippers probably make between 400, probably about 400 per night, but even, you know, 400 anywhere to, you know, 2,000 is like what you can expect from a night. So I hope this answered your questions. If you have any more questions, let me know. And for now, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, help the algorithm help me out, and I will see you in the next video.